Our opponent previews continue for the Indiana State football season. It's hard to believe that it's almost football time. Yes, it is. Camp will be rolling around August 1st. Players report, of course, July 31st, right before the camp start date. In week 2, Indiana State's going to be able to go down to Cardinals Stadium and play the Louisville Cardinals in the ACC. And a guy who knows a little bit about Louisville football, and I say a little bit because I believe he's been the voice of the Cardinals since 1973. That's a few years. That's Paul Rogers. He joins us to talk about the Louisville Cardinals. Is that true, Paul? 1973 was your first season?
That was my first season. Now, I've not gone continuously since then. In some early years, I did some radio, some TV, but I have been the radio play-by-play man continuously since 1992. But you're correct. My first year was actually 1973, so I've seen a lot of things happen and great growth in the Louisville program over the time.
You mentioned the growth of this program. What's just kind of the feeling right now? Of course, this is the second stage of the Coach Petrino era down there in Louisville. What's just the group feeling that the Louisville fans have down south and the kind of the expectations they have for this team this year?
Little bit of a wait and see this year. It's kind of interesting. Coach Petrino was here 4 years the first time, and it was a banner 4 years for Louisville. He is now going into his 5th year of the second go-around. And from a one-loss standpoint, the record has not been as good. But obviously, they're playing in the ACC now. The competition has been way up there. They've had memorable games against Florida State and Clemson during that time, a Heisman Trophy winner during that time. And now, of course, they start the season without Lamar Jackson. And a lot of people are just kind of unsure exactly what to expect. Most of the early prognostications have Louisville going about 6-6, maybe 7-5. It's a very difficult schedule. So a lot of eager anticipation, but I think some uncertainty too.
Let's get to the actual team. Of course, you mentioned a guy by the name of Lamar Jackson. He is no longer there. The past 2 years, the running game, of course, and a big part of that is because Lamar Jackson have had 25 individual 100-yard rushing games, 13 last year, 12 the year prior. What does the offensive outlook look like without Lamar Jackson and some key rushers not coming back?
Well, it'll be different from what we've seen for the past couple of years, but probably more conventional. It's highly unusual to have your quarterback as your leading rusher and to be your dominating leading rusher. Louisville's going to go to an attack now that they would like to have more traditional ground-based attack with your running backs getting the yardage. They have a very promising young quarterback at that position in Jawan Pass. He was Lamar's backup, played sparingly, but played well when he did play last year. But what he has going for him this year is probably the best offensive line, at least the most experienced offensive line Louisville's had in a while. A solid running back group, particularly if a couple of them can get healthy.
Defensively, kind of adding on to that, Paul, what's kind of been the issue and what are the hopes once fall camp gets here and they get more practice and they get more reps and they continue to learn the new system under Brian Van Gorder, that maybe those areas can improve that have been a concern specifically last year and recently?
Well, the two basics really, and that is being vulnerable against the run and not mounting a strong pass rush. I mean, that's a killer combination there. They've just got to be stronger up front. They lost a huge play in the secondary in Jair Alexander, who was a first-round draft pick of the Green Bay Packers. But anytime you don't have a pass rush, it always leaves your secondary vulnerable. So I think they feel they have talent in the secondary. If they can get the bulk to stand up better against the run, that's the main thing they're looking to do.
Well, let's end it on this. You kind of brought up, of course, Cardinals Stadium going under renovation. No doubt everyone in Louisville is more looking forward to week 1 than looking ahead to week 2 with Indiana State. But in saying that, how much excitement is there just to kind of unveil the new stadium and being able to do it with a night game, regardless that it is Indiana State going to be the opponent?
Yeah, there will be a lot of excitement, particularly should Louisville win or even play Alabama close. But there's going to be, I'm sure, a lot of fanfare with the opening of the new stadium and the new renovation. And there is a neat atmosphere here with night games. I've always said the stadium just seems to glow the way the lights shine down on it. So that will be obviously the home opener for Louisville, second game of the year, and people are going to be really excited to come out and see what the new stadium and what this new team is all about.
Hard to believe that it will be that time very, very soon. September 8th will be when Indiana State visits the Louisville Cardinals. The voice of the Louisville Cardinals, Paul Rogers, has been our guest. Paul, it's always great catching up with you. Really look forward to meeting you in person at Cardinal Stadium. It's almost that time, buddy. Almost that time. We don't have to do all this preseason talk for too much longer. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, you bet. I'm looking forward to it. I'm like you. I get tired of the talking. I'm ready to talk about games, not what we're looking for in games. So it'll be fun.